So, respected chief guest of the occasion, respected for others, adorable for me, Nayanathara, my good friend, respected Vice Principal of Shift 1, Amit sir, learned Faisal sir, and dear children. If there are any other colleagues of mine who have joined, I address them too. So, as a combined effort from the side of the school CCA department and the library, we are going to conduct on this virtual platform Poet's Garden, a poetry reading session with Nayanathara. It's a brainchild of Faisal sir, as usual. The program aims to experiment with the possibilities of online platform for spreading poetry among young minds. We are incessantly happy to provide opportunities to these budding poets of our Vidyalaya. The response had been tremendous. And while we both were, like me and Faisal sir, when we were compiling the poems for today's presentation, actually we were surprised and quite wonderstruck and stupefied to see the way children made use of unimaginable subject matters to, give an outlet to their imagination. It's like stark reality contrasting with wonderful, dreamy things. For even adults like us, it seemed so unprecedented and so impossible that the young minds could imagine and they could put it in the shape of poetry. So I'm very glad that I'm given this opportunity to compare the program, because always working with the youngsters give you positive energy, and when you work with them over a creative thing, it gives you more of vigor and energy. So I feel so privileged at this moment. And with this introduction, may I now introduce the chief guest of today's occasion, who is Nayanathara. Nayanathara has been a renowned poet, and she's well known in the literary circles of Devananshu. Her name has been mentioned in several acclaimed literary journals, and she has 3 poetry collections to her credit: The Scent of Frangipani, In the Shade of the Bodhi, and Children of the White God. She is the recipient of several awards, including the Young Writers Award in the year 2011, the Commendation Prize in the All India Poetry Competition organized by Poetry Society in the year 2014, and the Poet of the Year Award in the prestigious Delhi International Film Festival in the year 2016. She emerged as a finalist in the poetry category of Orange Flower Awards in 2018. In March 2019, she won the Prime Poetry Prize for her poetry collection, Children of the White God. In present year, in 2020, she bagged the 4th position in the Bharat Award for Excellence in Literature, instituted by poesisonline.com and Express Publications. Currently, she is working as a senior copywriter with a digital marketing agency in Kerala. So may I now call on our respected Vice Principal, Shri Amit sir, to give the welcome address.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Divya, madam.
Welcome, sir.
It is my honor, more than a pleasure, to welcome the guest of today's evening, Mrs. Nayanathara, on the behalf of Principal KV Pattom and whole KV Pattom family. Welcome, ma'am. Mrs. Nayanathara is a very renowned personality in the literary field with so many achievements under her belt. With her passion for poetry and her vast literary work, our young minds present over here will be benefited a lot. So, ma'am, thanks a lot and heartiest welcome to KV Pattom, and we are all very keen to listen you. At the same time, I welcome Abraham Matthew, Vice Principal, KV Pattom, Shift 2nd, and all the staffs present over here. At the same time, I also welcome all the young minds, young poets who are going to present over here. Welcome all. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. So, Faisal sir, shall we start with the presentation? So, budding poets would be presenting their poems here. To start with, may I call AYMAN AYOOB of class 5th of Shift 1 to present his poem here. AYMAN AYOOB.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you, Ayman.
So, my name is AYMAN and I'm studying in 5th standard, Kendriya Vidyalaya Pattom. So, in Grandparents' Day, I was just simply sitting around and I thought of writing a story about my grandmother who died 14 days before I was born. So my father says that she was one of my biggest well-wishers. So this poem I wrote for her. The name is Unseen Mystery. The wrinkles on the face, the words of wisdom I shall never hear spoken, mysteries of my unseen grandmother. That 14-day gap that separated me from her changed my life. As proofs, only photos and videos remain. The bridge she so longed to reach was broken. Life, how can you be so cruel? She much prayed for my entry, could not even see or hear. Everything in my life I owe to her. A mystery that I will never know. But she lives through my family. I am proud her blood runs through me. I know not whether she knows me, for life has a few mysteries of its own. Thank you.
Okay. Ayman? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you.
Parate, Divya.
Yes, you can give a feedback. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ayman, that was a wonderful poem, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have written about your grandmother, right? So you haven't seen your grandmother?
I have... No, ma'am. I don't have a grandmother.
Oh, okay. But I think I've gone through your poem. What I felt is the attachment with your grandmother, a person you have never seen, you have only heard of her, right?
Yes.
It is very beautifully portrayed here. Especially I like the lines, that 14 days gap that separated me from her changed my life. So that those two lines are so touching, so moving, and I really liked it. That was a wonderful effort. You have put in so much of effort to write it. So, can you repeat those last lines?
Last lines.
Yeah.
I am proud her blood runs through me.
Yeah.
I know not whether she knows me, for life has a few mysteries of its own.
Oh, okay. Really good. How old are you?
I'm 11.
Just 11 years old, and you are kind of so philosophical, right? I like... just 11 years old and he is writing so beautifully.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. I like that line also. Like, I'm proud of my, like her blood runs through my veins. Is that the line?
Blood runs through me, ma'am.
Yeah, through me. Yeah. So, that was a very good poem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So, but I have a suggestion, like you can just improve on your grammar. So there are slight grammatical errors, but I think you can improve on it. Okay. So whenever you write a poem, you can just send it to your teacher or get it checked from a senior person. Okay.
Okay.
But otherwise it is, yeah, perfectly good. Okay. Wonderful effort. Wonderful. Yeah. Nice.
Nayanathara ma'am, this is Shaila HM speaking.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah, hi.
He has already read 615 books, ma'am.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, it's really good. 615 books.
Yes, and he started reading at the age of 5 itself.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Well, that is reflected in the poetry because it is a very complex topic he has taken. He is only 11 years old. He hasn't even met his grandmother. He doesn't know the kind of person that she is, but he has portrayed it so well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, of course.
Class 3 onwards, he is getting books from the library also.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice.
So presently, what kind of
Beautiful.
books you read, Ayman? What kind of books you read presently?
Ma'am, I'm not specific about the type of genre.
But still, mention some of the authors whom you read recently.
Yeah, I was reading Shaukira's You Can Win book.
Okay.
You can win.
You can be motivational.
Motivational book.
Yeah, motivational book.
Nice.
Okay, Ayoob, it was a wonderful performance. Not just the poem that you have written, the way you presented it also was very impressive. It was really impressive, giving enough stress on the lines and words where it need to be stressed. And while you were reading it, what I was thinking was it's probably because you never met your grandmother that you could use so much of your imagination. You understand?
Yeah, very true.
Always there is scope for more imagination when you haven't felt a thing, or when you haven't seen it, or when you haven't met it in a concrete way. So that also might have helped you. Anyhow, your imagination is wonderful, and with those words, may I pass on to the next participant, who is GREESHMA Sumesh of 6th B from Shift 1. GREESHMA?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, GREESHMA, you can present your poem here.
Okay, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, we can hear you.
My name is GREESHMA Sumesh of class 6B. Value in my life. I thought of my own friends while writing this poem, and it's difficult to find sincere friends.
Yeah.
So the title is Friendship. Friendship isn't a big thing, but a million little things. Some are fake, but some are true. But you can't find who is who. With true friends, the dark is light. But with fake ones, the light is dark. Both brings you tears. One gives good and one gives bad. Now you know who is who. Choose the true and live the fake.
Name is GREESHMA, right? Just 1 second. I've jotted down a few points. Yeah, yes. GREESHMA, I love the opening lines of the poem. Friendship isn't a big thing, but a million little things. It is the small things that count in a friendship. That is what you have written here, right? It is a million little things. And the whole poem is about the various aspects of friendship. Like some friends are fake and some are true. So I think it comes from, you have drawn it from your own experiences, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So like you might have fought with your friends. So that experience might have made you write this poem. So what you have written is quite true. It's very difficult to distinguish the two. Like you can't get beneath the skin of a person and find out whether that person is fake or whether that person is true. So I like the theme of the poem. Basically, I like the theme of the poem. And actually, the words you have used are quite simple. The theme is also very simple. It has been beautifully conveyed. And I like the last two lines also. That is, the dark is light. With true friends, the dark is light, but with fake ones, the light is dark. I like those two lines also. Like you have written it metaphorically, right?
Ma'am, that's a quote I read from the internet, which says, friends are like shadows. They will be with you in the brightest moments and will disappear in the darkest ones.
Yeah, but you have put it, I mean, the way you have put it is really good. With true friends, the dark is light, but with fake ones, the light is dark. That is really good. Like, the good friends, if you have good friends, they will show you the right way. That's what you meant, right? They will show you the right way. They will be good mentors. More than good friends, they will be good mentors. They will guide you to what is right. They will show you the path to righteousness. So, in fact, I like the last line also. Choose the true, leave the fake. So that applies to your life as well. Be honest, be open about things. Be courageous enough to voice your opinions. So, I mean, on the whole, I love the poem. Keep it up. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nice.
Thank you, Naina. And GREESHMA, like you can reduce your speed a little if you can. I mean, like when you read it out, that's one suggestion that I felt that you should follow. Reducing the speed of it, GREESHMA.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, GREESHMA, thank you for presenting your poem here. May I now call on? One second, I was keeping your poem open. List is gone. Okay, may I now call on SREEDIYA A of class 9th B, shift 2. SREEDIYA.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. My name is SREEDIYA and I'm from class 9B. I'm going to present a poem written by myself. The name of the poem is The Nightmare. I saw the nightmare. It really scared me. The world was going to end. No animals, no birds. There was nothing left behind. The houses and buildings were destroyed. It really scared me. The world, no water, no plants, no trees. There was nothing to drink or eat. I was the only person left behind. It really scared me. I was thirsty and hungry. No fruit, no vegetables, no space. There was nothing I needed. The sun in space. It really scared me. Will I become a toast? No fan, no AC, no wind. There was nothing for being cool. Then I suddenly woke up from the scary nightmare. I thought, will it really happen? No birth, no life, no happiness. There will be total silence. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, SREEDIYA. Is it SREEDIYA or SREEDIYA? SREEDIYA. Oh, okay. So now this is actually a very different poem in terms of the theme you have explored. Like the theme is the nightmare, right? Nightmare here, I think you have written about the vision of the end of the earth, right? That is what you have written about. Yeah. So where there are no plants, no trees, no water, there is nothing to eat or drink. So I don't know if you have heard about the word apocalypse. Have you heard the word apocalypse? No. No. Okay. It just means the end of the earth. Like in religious scriptures, like Bible, they have written about the end of the earth. In our Bhagavad Gita and other... Yes? Yes, yes. Who was it?
Madam, I spoke.
Oh, okay. Siddesh.
Yes.
Right. Yes, yes. Siddesh, you are right. Pralaya, that is a flood. നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഭാഗവതത്തിലൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ ഒടുക്കം അങ്ങനെ അവസാനിക്കും എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. In Bible also, in all the religious scriptures, we have this a vision of the apocalypse, which is basically the end of the earth. So your poem actually reminded me of it. Like even now, നമുക്കിപ്പം ഫ്ലഡ് ഒരു റിപ്പീറ്റഡ്ലി ഇപ്പം കേരളത്തിൽ തന്നെ വരുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? ഫ്ലഡ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്, പിന്നെ എർത്ത് ക്വേക്സ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്, ഇപ്പോഴൊക്കെ വളരെ കൂടുതലാണത് അല്ലേ? സോ വാട്ട് യു ഹാവ് റിട്ടൺ ഇസ് ആക്ച്വലി the picture of a cataclysm അല്ലേ? അല്ലേ? അതിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടല്ലേ you have written about that. So that is a real nightmare. So from where did you get this idea? Like what made you write this? What prompted you to write this? Anything which you have read or something?
No, ma'am, it came into my mind.
Okay. So but I mean the theme is really good. So it's written here, no life, no happiness, there will be total silence. Actually, in your science class, you might have read about the glacial age and so on, right? The ice age. അതിനെ പറ്റിയൊക്കെ പഠിച്ചിട്ടില്ലേ നിങ്ങള്? Like ice age in the സമയത്ത് the earth was covered with ice and all that. അങ്ങനെ കുറെ millions of years we had ice age.
No.
And do you know that the dinosaurs were wiped out when a meteorite hit the earth? അതൊക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടില്ലേ? ഡൈനോസോർസിന്റെ ഏജ് എങ്ങനെയാ കഴിഞ്ഞത്? When it is believed that a huge meteorite from outer space hit the earth. So that reason the dinosaurs were completely wiped away. Dinosaurs ഒക്കെ അതോടെ നശിച്ചു. അപ്പം ഇപ്പം നമ്മളും ആക്ച്വലി വി ആർ ഗോയിങ് ത്രൂ അനദർ എന്താ പറയുക ഡിസാസ്ട്രസ് ഫേസ് അല്ലേ? ഇപ്പം നമുക്കും because of what? See, the global temperatures are increasing. You have read about global warming, right?
Yes, ma'am.
അല്ലേ? Global temperatures are increasing. ഇപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെ കൂടുന്നു. Wild life is becoming extinct. അല്ലേ? പിന്നെ എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, നമ്മുടെ നാച്ചുറൽ റിസോഴ്സസ് ഒക്കെ are getting destroyed. So basically we have to conserve earth. അല്ലേ? ഭൂമിയെ കൺസേർവ് ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ we'll land up in the same scenario. We'll land up in a big nightmare. Where there will be no plants or no trees, no water. And here the point is you are a mute spectator to the cataclysmic events that are happening around you. You're watching everything, you are getting desperate. So you are the only survivor on the earth and you are watching all these disastrous events happening around you. So the basic theme of the poem is conserving the earth. So you have and I mean again I should say അത് നല്ലൊരു തീമാണ്. It is a very good theme. It is a very good theme. You have written it quite well. അപ്പം ആക്ച്വലി ഈ ഒരു തീം ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റിന് മോർ സ്യൂട്ടബിൾ ആണ്. What is happening now, even this COVID-19, maybe you can attempt another poem on that also, like the present crisis which is going on, the present pandemic, the effect of lockdown. You can explore such themes as well, like what kind of changes it has brought about in our lives. You can write about it also. This is really good. Keep it up.
Thank you, Nayana. Thank you, Nayana, for giving her valuable suggestions, and thank you, SREEDIYA, for presenting your poem here. May now go to the next person, RITHIGASRI of class 8C from shift 2.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Ritika.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening. I'm RITHIGASRI from class 8C, shift 2, and I'm here to present a poem written by myself. The inspiration of this poem is my dad.
No one in the world can love a girl more than her father, and no one is able to make a girl queen except her father. My dad is my hero. He always there for me when I need him. He listens to me and teach me so many things. So the title of my poem is My Superhero Dad. My superhero, my dad. He never be sad. You're my pillar when I fall. Sometimes he may get anger, but it's no longer. Critics, he never mind. He's so kind. You're with me when I crawl. He's so tall, in life he never falls. You're my superhero in real. Support me when I'm in fear. You taught me right from wrong. Your arms help me to reach the things that I can't touch. Dad, I'm waiting your doorstep to follow your footsteps. That means dedication and determination.
Okay. Hi, Rithika. Your name is RITHIGASRI.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. So you have written about your dad. So your dad is your superhero?
Yeah, ma'am.
Like your daddy's girl.
Ma'am, what?
You're a daddy's girl. Daddy and a kudal ishtam. Achane and a kudal ishtam.
Not like that.
Eh? So he has been a very strong influence in your life, right? So he has been by your side. He has been with you in very bad times, and this whole poem is how you look up to him for support. It's a very simple poem, but it has deeper meaning to it. Like towards the end, I think you have written how you can achieve your goals with more dedication and determination, something like that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, when you can achieve your goals with more dedication and more determination if you have your dad or if you have a support system by your side, right? Someone to support you, especially your dad. So I think it's a good poem, and I have a small suggestion. Like whenever you write a poem, just after writing the poem, you should proofread it. Right? There might be small mistakes, negligence errors. You might have skipped something. അതിപ്പോ ഞാൻ എഴുതുമ്പോഴും I go through it 1 or 2 times. At a later point in time, you can go through it, read it, try to find out if there are some mistakes, or just check it with a senior person. It can be your teacher or your parents or anyone else. So I mean, it happens. There is nothing to be disappointed about. It happens with me also, with everyone else also. Okay, so you are putting poets, so it will take some time for you to fall into the loop. Okay, so maybe you can do something to improve your grammar, and there are some errors, like very few errors, minor errors. So maybe you can show it to someone else as well. Okay, but I love the poem. It is really good. Do keep reading. Yeah, more poetry and fiction or whatever you like. Okay.
Okay.
That's really good. Yeah.
Thank you, Nayana. Thank you, RITHIGASRI. RITHIGASRI, you presented it so well. Okay, that I have to say, your accent, the way you presented it was really good. And RITHIGASRI, I too was my daddy's daughter, and even today, though he isn't alive, I look up to my father for all the inspiration that I need in the darkest hours of my life. So like when you read that poem, I was really moved. And one purpose of poem is to kindle your emotions, and your poem is, successful in that. Thank you, RITHIGASRI. Now may I go to the next person, who is HIMA Arun from class 8B shift 1. May I call on HIMA to present her poem here? HIMA Arun?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Myself HIMA Arun, and I'm from class 8B shift 1. And Today I'm going to present my poem. It basically talks about breaking down all those walls which makes us feel lost. I hope you like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Drawn in my unknown conscious. I'm lost and found sometimes, but always far. See through me, a blank space is visible, and it's my mind. But things have changed. You will never see me cry again, cause I have sobbed enough on the inside. My powers won't let me be quiet. My emotions will always ignite. I can't be broken, even if a storm of flickers try to burst me. I will always fight back. My voice will always raise in this violence, cause there's a fire burning deep inside me. Many consequences make me stand out of limits, and every second is counting on me. So, I'm bringing down all those walls that was keeping me hidden all these years. I'm gonna tear my feelings apart to rule my mind. I'm born to earn my spotlight, feel my heart, and shine in my spark. Won't let that flare in me dim down, not just yet. Now, my mind is on fire, my soul is conscious. No one can hold me back because I'm unstoppable.
Okay. Good. HIMA, alle?
Yes, ma'am.
HIMA. The poem is again, you have explored, I think they both almost the same topic, right? But you have treated it in a very different way. Hmm? So that is finding a sense of purpose in life. That is what you meant. That is to face life with courage and boldness, despite all the difficulties that it throws on you. To take life head on. That is what you wrote in the last few lines. Am I unstoppable?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Can you read the last two lines?
My mind is on fire, my soul is conscious. No one can hold me back because I'm unstoppable.
Yeah, I love those two lines, really. Very good. Again, എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് one thing is നമ്മൾ എഴുതുമ്പോൾ the way you treat a theme, the themes might be similar. Another person may write on the same theme, but the way you put it down, it should be different, and I think you have done it quite well. So that is I love the poem. And do you have any other poem with you, like what you have written, some other poem with a different theme? Or
Yes, ma'am. I always choose different themes because I always love to write poems and songs. I started to write poems from like third standard, so it's now part of my life.
Really good, really good. That's good. Okay, keep it up. Try to improve on your writing. Read more. As I always say, a good reader often makes a good writer. The more you read, your writing gets better. Keeps getting better. So you will get more ideas. You can explore more themes. And you can explore very unique themes. So okay, that is good. Keep writing.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naina.
Yeah.
And thank you, Hima. Your poem is filled with a lot of positive thinking, isn't it?
Yeah,
You wrote it as a self-motivational poem, but you motivated us also through your poem. Okay. It was like a lot of positive words in your poem. So may I now call the next person who is the next person to present her poem here is SAMEERA NAIR of class 7C from shift 1. SAMEERA NAIR.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you, SAMEERA.
Good evening, all. respected Nayanathara ma'am, teachers, and my dear friends. So my poem is about the discrimination in this world, and I want to ask everyone that why does people do awful and unacceptable things? My poem's name is Why. Why? Why people do bad things? Why can't everyone have a good life? Why discrimination did not disappear? Why the world like this? Why people hate the very beautiful black color? Why a strong woman locked in a kitchen? Why people not saving the earth? Why the world like this? Why money is regarded the most precious thing? Why we more cry than we laugh? Why we? Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sameera. Uh, Actually, poem, when I read it, it is actually a very simple poem. Just a few questions. She has just written a series of questions, or rather thoughts, which has crossed her mind. But it is really impactful. It's a very small, short poem, but it's really impactful, and that is you have made a wonderful effort. So here, the poet, you are in a very contemplative mood, and you speculate on some of the very perplexing questions, confusing questions in life. So actually, the entire poem is thought provoking. I liked a few lines. Why discrimination does not disappear? It's a big question. We may not find the answer anytime soon. Varsha, but why discrimination does not disappear? So here you are talking about racism. You're talking about sexism. I hope you understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And maybe you're talking about xenophobia. So you're talking about a whole lot of things here. The word is discrimination, but it goes beyond the word discrimination. It has a whole lot of things embedded into it. And why a strong woman is locked in a kitchen. That is again, I like the way it has been written. Why a strong, bold woman ultimately finds herself in the kitchen. What is the role of a woman? Why people hate the very beautiful black color? Again, another question. The discrimination between the white and between the fair and the black. Why people are not saving the earth? Yeah, I think I have told you about conserving the earth. So you have posed the question here, why people are not saving the earth? It is high time we do something to conserve the earth and its natural resources. Otherwise, as another poet among you said, we might see ourselves in the midst of an apocalypse or the end of the earth. So we have to conserve the earth. So all these questions have answers hidden within it. And you're wondering, like, why all these things are happening here, and why money is regarded the most precious thing, because society is very materialistic. So we value money above all our ethical values. So money is the ultimate for everyone. And why we cry more than laugh? We don't know, but I think as human beings, we take ourselves too seriously. All of us are going through our own version of pain and suffering, and so why we cry more than we laugh? That is again a beautiful philosophical question. So it's a very simple poem, but it has a lot of meaning to it. I really loved it. Okay, keep it up. It's wonderful, wonderful. One of the best poems in the group, I think.
Thank you, ma'am.
Loved it. Keep writing. Okay.
And thank you, Naina. And Sameera, for your young age to give such thoughts itself, to think of such big things was really amazing. She's just in 7th class. And Naina, don't you feel that she has like a black and the most beautiful color? Because in literature, quite often we connect black with everything that is dark and negative. And then she calls it black and the most beautiful color, strong women in kitchen. So unknowingly, I think at a very young age, she is probably taking up some of the biggest paradoxes in life, and maybe she didn't realize when she wrote it. Probably she didn't realize that she has taken up such serious things and such serious issues.
It's a wonderful poem.
And it comes like a hammer stroke because the words are very simple and just a few questions.
Yeah, the poem itself is very brief, with a lot of things.
Thank you, Naina, and thank you, Sameera, for your poem. The next person to present her poem here is Nanditha SREEKANTH of class 7C from Shift 1.
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, you're audible, Nanditha. Please proceed.
Respected HM ma'am, Vice Principal sir, our chief guest Miss Nayanathara ma'am, and teachers and all my dear friends. I am here, I am Nanditha SREEKANTH of class 7C, here to present my own poem, Life, which I scrambled in the paper during these lockdown days. First of all, I thank all my teachers who inspired me as well as supported me, and I especially thank Faisal sir, who gave me an opportunity to spell out my poem to this world. Actually, my inspiration was the stories and poems I heard from my childhood and the stories and poems that I read now. So most humbly, I start my poem, My Life. Life like an autumn leaf, falls out when it's come to its season. Life is like a whistling train, having many passengers throughout. Life is like a pencil. Age to age, time to time, it will become shorter. Life is like a gift of God. Whenever He thinks, He will take it. Life is like this, but still, this time being happy is what actually life means. Don't know when it ends, don't know when it starts, but we know how we can enjoy it. But we don't want it. Just thinking of whatever we don't have, being sad of whatever we can't. But why? So we have everything. So satisfying as life means. Try to earn but can't return. What to do? Life is this. Thank you.
Okay. So, hi Nanditha. I think in the first few lines, in the opening lines, you have compared life to autumn leaf and whistling train.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, I think you're talking here about the impermanence of life, the transience of life.
Yes, ma'am.
You're talking about, Then, moving on, you're talking about not to worry about the past or what the future holds for us. It is living in the moment. That is the theme of the poem, right? You're not, you should not be too much concerned about the past, and you should not be anxious about the future, and you have to live in the moment. It's an exhortation to live in the moment.
Yes, ma'am.
And towards the end of the poem, I think you're talking about being happy and contented with what we have, having a sense of gratitude for what we have.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This is a nice subject. The theme is really good. Actually, this is quite in tune with what is going on in the present generation. Like, we are never satisfied with what we have. We always want more. Either you're not satisfied with your job, or you're not satisfied with the way you have done your exams. You're not satisfied with your parents. The parents are not satisfied with their children. So it is this vicious cycle of dissatisfaction that is going on. And the problem is that it leaves us anxious. It leaves us stressed out. Alle?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. So we should always cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we have. So if we have a sense of contentment, we'll be able to achieve more. A sense of contentment എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ ഒരു laid back, it does not mean a laid back attitude. Okay. നമ്മൾ we should be ambitious. പക്ഷേ അതേസമയം നമ്മൾ എല്ലാത്തിലും ഒരു സെൻസ് ഓഫ് ഡിസാറ്റിസ്ഫാക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ we won't be able to move forward in life. ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ പ്രോബ്ലം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ we are either stuck in our past or we are constantly concerned about the future, anxious about the future. What will happen to this? What will happen to that? So here it is like the poet is telling the readers not to worry about the past or what the future holds for us. So that is a good poem. I loved it. So really good. Keep writing. Okay. Keep writing more of. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Hey, ma'am.
Madam, you're muted.
So next, Devananda S of class 8C, shift 1 will present her poem here. Devananda.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, Devananda.
Good evening. I'm Devananda S of class 8C, shift 1. My poem's name is The Reality. This is a usual scene in my house, and one day I was very angry with this, and I wrote a poem. The Reality. Crimes, thrillers, and dramas, would they say, had no reality in life? I agree, but they are fiction. Crimes, thrillers, and dramas. The ghost stories of their joys put my mom and sister likes, which sticks them onto check. The ghost stories of their joys. Why, I don't know, but I am afraid. And even my sleep leaves me alone. Why, I don't know. I'm not understanding what the ghost stories had in reality. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, Devananda. So I have a doubt. Like you have written about ghosts, right? So the from what I understand.
Madam, when I used to on my television, my sister and my mother used to move the channels, and if they find any ghost movies, they won't allow me to see what I wish.
Okay.
And I am also very afraid of ghosts.
Shitty. Oh, okay. So, so do you watch ghost movies, like horror movies?
No, ma'am.
But you like it?
Yes, ma'am. I like the suspense, but I'm very feared of that.
Okay. See, spine-chilling ghost stories, it will obviously make you afraid of the dark. Have you read horror stories like by Edgar Allan Poe, Dracula? വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Lovecraft.
No, madam.
You should read it. അത് ghost story എന്നുള്ളതുകൊണ്ടല്ല, but those are all very good horror stories. അത്രയും horror. Have you read Stephen King's novels?
Madam, are you talking of it? Madam, Stephen King, it. Madam, are you talking of it novel, it?
സ്റ്റീഫൻ കിങ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഹൊറർ റൈറ്റർ അല്ലേ, ഒരു ഹൊറർ ഫിക്ഷൻ.
മാഡം ഇറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുള്ള അതാണ് മാഡം ഒരു
മിസ്റ്റർ
മാഡം IT ഇറ്റ്
MIST മിസ്റ്റ്
അല്ല മാഡം IT
ഇറ്റ് യാ അതെ അതാ മൂവി കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഹാവ് യു സീൻ ദ മൂവി?
Madam, I have heard of it. I want to see, madam. I will watch someday, madam.
അത് ശരിക്കും പേടിയാവും. ഇറ്റൊക്കെ
Madam, it is a novel and is adapted into television show.
Yes, quite true. Yes.
Madam, then this Edgar Allan Poe and all, he writes only ghost stories or others also?
Edgar Allan Poe actually short stories ആണ്. Edgar
madam, and poems also are there.
ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ? You had something to study?
No, madam. I have heard of him, so that's why I felt their poem.
Okay, nice. So coming back to the poem, these ghosts are not real. So Devananda, I hope you don't believe in ghosts. I hope you don't believe in such things, right?
No, madam, but I'm very feared of that place.
Okay. So paranormal, of course, paranormal ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങള്, supernatural, like ghosts, apparitions, ഇങ്ങനത്തൊക്കെ we don't have any evidence. Just as we don't have any proof of God, we don't have any evidence for the paranormal. But God in the presence, ഇപ്പം നമ്മള് just because we don't see God, it doesn't mean that there is no God. There is a force, there is an energy which keeps things going, അല്ലേ? അപ്പം there is a divine force within all of us. അതുപോലെ some people say if there is a God, there is evil also. If there is good, there is bad also. So ഇതെല്ലാം contrasting forces ആണ്. So can you hear me?
I know you are audible. I mean, to us, you are audible. Don't know about Devananda. Yeah. Earlier also, her voice was breaking. Maybe there's some network issue. You keep on talking. It's okay because it's being live streamed later. She can see it in YouTube.
Okay. So I mean, the poem is good. It's a very small poem, but she has. She has taken a totally different topic. So it's a good effort, Devananda. It's a nice effort. Appa njan parnathu, you just go through the short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. You might like it. Ad pedikkanonnum illa, verade vaayikkan paranju.
Okay, thank you, Naina, and thank you, Devananda. May I call on the next participant, A.S. Lakshitha of class 6, state from shift 2.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
You're clear. You're clearly audible.
Okay, ma'am. Very warm good evening to all. Myself, Ajitsai Lakshitha, studying in class 6, Kendriya, Pattom, shift 2, is going to present a poem named as Trees. This poem I am presenting because once in my house there was a tree cutting, so I saw many things related to that. So I thought that can I write a poem? So I wrote a poem in that basis. So trees. We go to the nursery and buy a small little plant with few leaves. Then we plant it in the soil. After a few weeks, it will grow into a plant and a tree. Trees are good because they give us fruits. Some of them don't, but they give us shade. Trees help us to make paper which you and me can write. But there is a problem that they can't express their feelings. So we will cut them because they spread into our houses and homes. Did you identify? Some of the trees cried. I have seen it. They are easy to grow. Birds also build their nests in them. At ancient time, people in forests used leaves of trees as reference. But don't read it just as it. You have to also understand that do not cut trees. Trees are our best friends. Stop cutting trees, love them. Thank you.
Okay. Nice. Hi, Lakshitha. I think the poem is about deforestation, right? Cutting down trees, and yeah, you have to plant more trees. That is a basic theme of the poem, I guess, and you have depicted it quite beautifully. So, are you interested in gardening? Like you love plants and trees?
Yes, ma'am, I love plants, and once there was a tree cutting, so I related some things and then I framed it to a poem. I have a hobby to write a poem. This is my 25th poem in my book.
Okay, so you have already written 25 poems.
Yes, ma'am, more poems are there, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, nice, nice. And I love the word, love the phrase, some of the trees cry. So it shows your emotional attachment, a kind of emotional attachment with plants and trees, and how we have to protect them.
Yes.
Again, the basic theme of the poem is protecting the earth, planting more trees.
Yes.
So from what I have seen, like in some of the poems we have gone through, the basic theme is protecting the earth. In some of the poems that have been read so far, I could find a common streak in those poems, like it was protecting the earth and conserving our resources. Plants okke koodal nadanam, like more about global warming, climate change. I think adana എനിക്ക് അതില് പല പോയിന്റ്സിലും അതാണ് തോന്നിയത്. But it's a very good effort. I think all the kids have made wonderful effort. അങ്ങനെയാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയത്. ദിവ്യക്ക് അത് തോന്നിയോ? എല്ലാവരും കൂടുതലും ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ചേഞ്ച്, ഈ പ്ലാന്റിങ് മോർ ട്രീസ്, അങ്ങനത്തെ ഇത് എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ഒരുപാട് environmentally conscious ആണ് ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ.
Conscious ആണ്.
Yeah, they're more conscious. And then you know what I felt when she read this, I was like thinking, man basically is not like, maybe because in the recent years we have become so materialistic that we are up to harming nature and we are destroying nature or things, but basically we all are nature lovers. And like I was thinking about my childhood, and I was like particularly remembering about one tree which I had at one distant corner of my ancestral house. So how I used to go to that, I mean go and be near that tree with my grandfather. It was actually a cotton tree. I don't know if today's children are familiar with it. You would get other, it's like not the actual cotton tree that we have and which we plant for getting cotton. It would be the shape of like something like a shelly kind of thing would be there, and inside there would be cotton available, which was previously used for making pillows.
Or fluffy cotton.
Fluffy cotton kind of stuff you used to get from that. So like I whenever children talk about trees and things, I remember I often try to like connect it with my attachment that I had with my maternal grandfather, and how as a young child I used to be there every day morning. I used to be there with my grandfather picking those fruits of the tree, and how we made pillows out of it, and all that is what comes to my mind. So I think like trees always have a nostalgic element in our life. For us who were brought up in 80s or for the 90s children, definitely trees are an integral part of their life.
Yeah, or indispensable part of our life.
Indispensable part of our life. I mean, though we were all brought up in the city, like you or me for that matter, but the time when we used to spend vacations at our native place. I mean, that place, the nature of that place had an impact on us. So when she read this, I was like remembering those days, you know, when I used to be near that tree, and how after many years they cut down the tree, and now, to be frank, that species of tree also has become very rare. It's not visible that we see anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you know, it has a nostalgic element, and together with it, as you said, children are becoming environmentally conscious. Because they lead, like in our times, like, used to be told about global warming, but actually now they're facing global warming.
Yes.
They're really facing it. Or the floods or the drought or whatever we used to learn from textbooks, or what we used to expect after 20 years, 30 years or 100 years, that they're actually experiencing it now. So that could be one reason why this is being repeated by the children.
Yes. And then another common streak I have found in almost all the poems. I don't think it's quite doubtful. This poem is nice. What's her name?
Lakshitha. Yeah.
So that was a very good poem. Keep writing, okay? Improve your writing also. Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So after Lakshitha, JAANKI P of class 9th A from shift 1 would be presenting her poem here. JAANKI.
Good morning, everyone. I'm JAANKI P of class 9A, here before you to present my poem, Too Shall Pass. The poem is about the tough times which we all go through in our life. It gives us the hope that this time shall pass and a better future will unwind itself. So the poem goes like this. This too shall pass. They say time is a thief who steals our youth, our life and happiness. The moments of happiness which we cherish, the friendly glances and shaking hands, the hands full of friendship bands. When you think your enemy stands no chance, when you feel you have conquered the world, so you're told. But time steals, and it passes as quickly as it came. A sweet dream from which you're woken up, one too good to be true. Suddenly, everything turns blue, leaving you without a clue. The friendly glances vanish. People who shook your hand in recognition are now completely oblivious to your existence. The friendship bands broke. It's making your words spoke. Your enemy as powerful as he can be, leaving you vulnerable. When all hopes are lost, when your confidence melts in your anxiety, don't worry, this too shall pass.
Okay. Hi, Janki.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Okay. So the theme is basically about the passage of time and its impact on our lives.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the first few lines, you have spoken about youth and happiness.
Yes, ma'am.
They are fleeting and transient. I like these lines. The friendly glances vanishes. The friendship bands broke. It's making your words
true.
So I think you have written it from your own experience, right?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, the passage of time and how it impacts friendships and relationships you have built over the years.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they changing? Like, hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it keeps changing. Once you leave school and you enter college, you will have a new set of friends. Then when you take up a job, you will have another group of friends. So then you have to take more effort to nurture these relationships.
Ma'am, actually the poem is like, you know, when there is a good time which we all have, and after that it changes. we have a tough time, and at that time we kind of lose all our friends, and people who used to recognize us, they won't recognize now, and we kind of lose our confidence. And it is saying that this time too shall pass, and this is a cycle which goes on.
I mean, good friends remain with you forever, but
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
in our bad times, even our good friends kind of tend to leave us.
You have good friends? You have really good
yes,
friends?
But in our bad times, even they seem to have a fight with us.
Desert you. Yeah. Quite true. Because I think these days children are more competitive. They are not sincere in their relationships. It is more about selfish gains. They'll become friends with you after that.
Yeah, when you're friends with popular people, you have friends, and when your time is not good, they kind of leave you.
So your popular girls in the everyone will become friends.
Yes, ma'am, even if we are popular, if we have a bad time, our score goes down, they kind of leave us.
Okay. You just ignore all of it. You don't take it to heart and worry about it. These things keep happening in life. When you get into college, when you take up a job, all these things keep happening in life. Don't be so disheartened. But anyway, the poem was really good. You have put it in words. You have put your thoughts and expressed it so beautifully.
Thank you.
That itself is a great thing. Anyway, the poem ends on a very positive and optimistic note.
Yes, ma'am.
Like tomorrow there is hope. You'll get better friends. That is the spirit. Okay. So that is a wonderful poem. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Siddesh, you want to tell something? Siddesh has been trying to tell something for a while. Siddesh?
Okay. Yes, madam. Can we say can we term those friends as fair weather friends?
എന്താണ് മോനെ കേട്ടില്ല.
Fair weather friends.
Siddesh, if you have a mic, you can bring the mic closer to you and talk.
He's suggesting something to change the poem.
And switch on your camera to Siddesh.
Yes, madam. Fair weather friends.
Not audible.
Oh, okay. Sorry, madam. Sorry.
Siddesh, if you're here, why don't you put your idea in the chat? Why don't you put it in the chat? We'll go to the next participant. Yes. So whatever you want to share, you can put it in the chat, Siddesh.
Yes.
So after JAANKI, Varsha P of class 10C from shift 2 would be presenting a poem here. Varsha.
Good evening, respected chief guest of the day and other teachers. I am Varsha and I'm a student of class 10C. I wrote a poem after experiencing a very personal feeling of extreme sorrow of losing someone very close to me. And I connected this feeling of loss with that of a picture that struck me in a book. And that's pretty much it. The poem is titled All That's Gone. And I'll head towards the poem. The beginning of the end. There's no stopping now. The waves collide. The sky witnesses from above. Amidst the chaos, amidst the noise, from the depths of my heart, I hear a voice. So soft and fragile, made of shattered glass. My scattered thoughts lay dead on the grass. The storm comes near and entwines with the soul as I stand on the remains of a city long gone. The memories remain, unable to cleave them off the bone. I leave my heart open, raw and torn. It took me ages to latch on to what the stories on the walls were about. But I guess it's too late now. All that I had was outworn. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Varsha Nandini.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Here you have spoken about the pain of memories.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the remains of memories which you are unable to cleave off the bone. That's what you have written.
Yes, ma'am.
So, so this personal incident has created so much of pain for you.
Yes,
so much of trauma and pain for you, and you're unable to get over it.
Yes.
So the poem as a whole is emotional and very touching. I like the way you have written it.
Thank you.
I think, can you repeat the last 2 or 3 lines?
Yes, ma'am. The storm comes near and entwines with the soul as I stand on the remains of a city long gone. The memories remain, unable to cleave them off the bone. I leave my heart open, raw and torn. It took me ages to latch on to what the stories on the walls were about. But I guess it's too late now. All that I had was outworn.
Okay. So here you have compared memories to a city, right?
Yes,
a city long gone.
Yes, ma'am.
But somewhere all those memories are lurking within you.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I've read a book too, and that book influenced me a bit. Like, that book gave me an idea of connecting this thing with the city. And
how nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I think all of you should cultivate the habit of reading. As I said earlier, it gives you more ideas. You can it enables you to build upon your ideas as well. So which book did you read?
Ma'am, M.T. Vasudevan Nayar's Randamoolam. So the opening is the Dwaraka sinking.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely. I think the English version is HIMA. That's
yes, ma'am. I've read the Malayalam version first. I got so obsessed with that book, so I read the English version too.
It's wonderful, wonderful. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I think everyone should cultivate the habit of reading. You will be able to write. Otherwise, we'll be stuck up with the same idea. You'll keep on writing the same thing. But here, it's good that a really good effort.
Thank you, ma'am.
You have, yeah. It's appreciable, quite appreciable. I really appreciate it. Very impressive. Okay, very good, Varsha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Keep writing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Read more books.
Sure,
ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. And Varsha Nandini, it was a wonderful poem. Fully carrying the pain of that loss. Okay, the poem indeed had, it made the readers and as well as the audience feel the pain of that loss. Now, passing on to the next person, it's SIDDHI B. IYER of class 9, shift 2. She's going to present her poem here. SIDDHI B. IYER.
Yes, madam. Good evening to all present. നിങ്ങൾ പറയാൻ പോങ്കോ
Naina, yes. Fair weather friends. That's what he put in the chat. He was talking about fair weather friends.
Yeah. അത് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഇപ്പം ദീസ് ഡേയ്സ് ഈ കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര കോമ്പറ്റീറ്റീവ് ആണ്. അപ്പം ആസ് ദ അതർ ഗേൾ സെഡ് ഗുഡ് ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ കിട്ടാൻ ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട്. സോ എല്ലാവരും സെൽഫിഷ് ഗെയിൻസിന് പീപ്പിൾ സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ഫ്രണ്ട്ഷിപ്സ് എന്നുള്ള പറയായിരുന്നു.
At the small age itself, it started feeling it.
അതെ. ബട്ട് അവരത് എഴുതുന്നുണ്ട്. ഉടനെ they are penning down their thoughts അല്ലേ? ഉടനെ അത് അതാണ് എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്.
Deception and betrayal probably they are experiencing very early in life.
Yes. അതെ. Nice.
Yes, Siddhi, please start with your presentation of the poem.
Good evening to one and all present over here. Respected the judge of the day,
Siddhi, your
Mrs.
face is
Nayanathara.
not visible. Can you adjust the camera? Yes.
Now is it all right?
Yeah, almost, almost.
Okay, so good evening to one and all present over here. Today I am here in front of all of you with a poem that I have written recently. The name of the poem is The Wave of Reminiscences. It's about the memories of the school that I had begun to recollect during the days of the lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. They come flooding, gushing into my mind, walking arm in arm in the sunny quadrangle, chit-chatting under the breezy shades of the Kundirigam, eating from each other's lunch boxes, crying over one another's shoulders. Oh, where are they? Where are those idyllic days? Pulling each other's legs, laughing out loudly, group punishments, group songs, and group bunking. Small silly fights, big promises, exhibitions and excursions, clubs and chorus songs. Ironed uniforms, muddy shoes, red ribbons. Standing at the door, peeking and rushing back to the seats when the teacher comes. Oh, where are they? Where are those halcyon days? Doodling on the benches, scribbling on the blackboard, pen fights, bingo, knots and crosses, cutting classes and long route trips to the washroom, lengthy assemblies and inspections, terrific teachers and fantabulous friends. Slam books, class photos, games, and celebrations. Will those good old days never come back to give us some respite and a good chuckle, perhaps? Drenching in the rain, big secrets inside small classrooms, monotonous timetables, boring lectures, and sporting teachers, CCAs, annual days, outpasses, and ID cards. Awaiting PT periods, nerve wracking sports days, excitements and debates over answer papers, asking one another's marks, crowded buses, scary PTA meetings, Onam festivity and investitures, sip ups and candies. The perfumes and alluring fragrance of the aerial Lampala kindles imagination and brings a bouquet of nostalgic recollections at once. Teardrops of poignancy suffuse with me vehement emotions fall, making my red pants crimson. My eyes well up, making me unable to write further, blending with the blue ink. School days evoke priceless, timeless troves of memorable moments which one can cherish and relish during all times. This is dedicated to KV Pattom, which has become a second home to me, giving me lessons to learn, values to imbibe, love and knowledge to impart, and innumerably many memories to treasure and cherish. Also dedicated to all my friends who are the best and undoubtedly impossible to find elsewhere in this world. They have made my frowns into smiles, have soothed my worries into respite, and transformed mere ordinary days into invaluable, ineffaceable, unforgettable, lovely, and the most prized of evocations. This is also dedicated to our Class 8B 2019-2020, which has given me over 1,000 memories and dreams, and also the most fantastic of friends I can ever ask for in my life evermore. The friends I have made here have instilled in my heart a rare, immutable, and inexplicable joy which is impossible to find elsewhere. This school has left an indelible impression in my heart which can never ever be erased. It has altogether revealed to me a beatific vision. Thank you.
That was a good poem, Siddhi.
Thank you, madam.
The poem is basically about it is dedicated to your school and friends, right?
Yes, madam.
And you have written, school days evoke priceless, timeless troves of memorable moments. And you have put down all the exciting moments you had in school with your friends, all the jokes and pranks and all the fun you had with your friends. School, right?
Yes, madam.
I like this line particularly. Then those good old days never come back. So school life is basic. It is a very carefree life. You are devoid of all the responsibilities. Uh, it's a life of fun. Hmm? ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ക്ലാസ് you're in mine, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, you have a very hectic schedule, right?
Sort of, yes, madam.
Yeah, with online classes going on. Right?
Yes, madam, you're correct.
Yeah. So, you are missing your school days, the fun you had in your school days, right?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. So, when did you write this? During this?
Madam, it was during May, June, maybe. It was like the COVID-19 was at the peak, and I was so sure that school is not going to reopen anytime soon.
Oh, okay. So, you just miss all of your friends, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, but I mean, that is a good poem. The school has left an indelible impression in your heart which cannot be erased. I love the last few lines also. Can you read the last few lines?
Madam, dedicated to from there?
No. Before that.
Teardrops.
Yeah, I think before that final thing.
Teardrops of poignancy suffused with vehement emotions fall, making my red pants crimson. My eyes well up, making me unable to write further, blending with the blue ink. School days evoke priceless, timeless troves of memorable moments which one can relish and cherish during all times.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the last few lines are really emotional. They're very touching. On the whole, the poem is really good.
Thank you very much, madam, for reading it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naina. And Sidney, when you read out the poem, we were actually, seeing all the things that we see on a regular basis in our school. Okay, like everything, including that Asian Lampala and Kundivikan tree that we have in front of the primary section, all that. Like, I think you could do justice to the theme, and you have brought through the poem, you have actually brought in a very realistic portrayal of the school. It's not just about the relationships that are shared. I'm talking also about the physical environment of the school.
Yes,
she has, rightly portrayed in her work. I mean, that's something very appreciable, because, to include everything in such a few lines, and then, while she was reading it, I was actually thinking, Naina, that probably we understand, when she would read, the KV people, the KV family would understand it better than probably you.
Yeah.
Talking specifically about a lot of things that are, that are like peculiar for our school, and I was suddenly, reminded of all those things. Like every day we see it, but you start getting the feeling for those things when somebody renders it through a poem. So I was like feeling it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, madam.
There was a mention about teachers also.
What did she mention about teachers?
Terrific teachers and fantabulous friends.
Oh, okay, terrific teachers. Nothing negative. So it's okay.
She has used beautiful imagery, right?
Wonderful. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And the fun, so the fun and pranks which students play on.
The students have their friendship.
Yeah,
and she has more years to spend in school. Even then, she is understanding how much
she is only in class 9.
School is for her, in her life. She understands that.
That's so true.
So Nikhilesh Joshi, is he there, sir? Earlier when we called,
I think he is not there.
Nikhilesh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nikhilesh is coming.
You are there.
Nikhilesh had actually 2 poems of his. So Nikhilesh, which poem of yours you are reading out today?
Ma'am, I'll be reading the poem on Raksha Bandhan.
Okay. So Nikhilesh is a class 10 student from shift 1. Nikhilesh, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. One thing I want to say that network here is not very good because I am in my village in Uttarakhand. So I may not be able to turn on my video. So if you can bear with that,
No
I
issue,
think.
no issue, Nikhilesh. Go on.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this poem I wrote it we celebrate Raksha Bandhan in August time. So I wrote it at that time with no particular person in mind, but just the general sacrifices that a sister made because I see my mother how she responds and relates herself with her brother. So and I too have a smaller sister. So yeah, I know how annoying they are at times, and then how we miss them. So that is all about what I wrote. So my poem is also titled Raksha Bandhan, so I start. Today's Raksha Bandhan is the day for our sisters when they are to be treated as VIP ministers. One fact that we all must register, that sisters will one day go with their misters. Then you'll realize how much she is missed. She was there as a son, now gone as a mix. In childhood, when you used to hold her wrist, and then merrily give it a nice little twist. Perhaps what your mother said was right. Tomorrow you'll be away, so today don't fight. Because now you see that she was your light, and without her, your life not as bright. In your mischief, she always played an important role. But now that she's gone, your heart has a hole. Now there's no one when you cry to console. But don't you forget, you are connected through soul. You'll have to go whenever she needs you, like the wind which yesterday blew. Because only she loves you pure and true, and will always love you, and you won't have a clue. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Nikhilesh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. I like the poem Raksha Bandhan. The poem portrays the love and affection shared by siblings, right? The pure and true love between a brother and a sister, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The poem is really good, but I think I got two more poems for you. One on old age, one on betrayal.
Yeah, 3 poems are there.
Yes, ma'am. I gave, I think, 4. One was on Raksha Bandhan, one was on old age, betrayal, and on teachers.
Okay, in fact, I like the poem on old age and betrayal. I thought you would read the one on old age, but again, the 3 poems explore 3 different subjects, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One.
But I just want to say that I just write once based on the mood. Recently, I have not been able to write many because I don't get the correct environment. I don't know why. Because whenever I write it, then I just leave it in the middle.
Okay, so I think I like the poem. I don't. Old age is the title of the poem, right?
Yes,
The other, yeah. There you have written about travails of old age. I am not dwelling too much on Rakshabandhan because the poem is really good. And, it's a very simple topic. Hmm? But personally, I think old age and betrayal are much better poems. Hmm? Where you have in old age, in the poem Old Age, you have written about the problems that one would experience in old, right? Like pain in the back, blind as a rat. The kind of metaphors you have used is really wonderful, very impressive. Hmm? And brittle and black teeth, etc.
Thank you.
So, and you have written